The pocket box in him, my friend,
That is magnificent. Betway next door. What's the ball? Chance here, and they've found the breakthrough. Pirates are up in front. They've turned it around.
It's the highlights on the South African sporting calendar. Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, the Soweto derby. Welcome everyone to Soccer City derby number 184. More than a half century of rivalry between these two giants of the domestic game. And today, added importance as they both chase the Betway Premiership Championship. There are 8 points between Chiefs and Pirates on the log standings. Chiefs do have a game in hand, however. Both sides with aspirations still of toppling Mamelodi Sundowns from their crown. Will they make a big progress, a big step forward here today in the derby? Big welcome to William Shongwe, who's kept goal in this competition or in this derby for both clubs in his illustrious career. And let's start, William, with the atmosphere, the big crowd, a full house yet again. This has got to be the must-have ticket in South African sport.
South Africa can be proud to have a derby of this magnitude that is considered amongst the 10 best in the world. The stage is set. It's all up to the players to make a history of their own. It's a wonderful atmosphere for anybody. You're sitting at home, I'm sure. Millions of eyeballs are glued into the TV just to see what is about to happen next.
Lots of surprises as well in the team lineups. I'm sure you'll be listening to the build-up for today's game, and we'll get to that in a moment or two. The two sides coming out onto the park. And we will have a kickoff on time as well. The spectators have been excellent today. This place was pretty much packed 1 hour or so before kickoff. Excellently organized. And hopefully now they'll be rewarded with some top quality football as well. Look at that magnificent crowd, and very few spectacles in world sport will see fans intermingled in the way they are here at Soccer City. Pirates and Chiefs fans sitting side by side, supporting their teams, but without any violence, any menace, or any overtones. Right, let's get to the lineups. Kaizer Chiefs, the big shock news, the appendicitis for Brandon Peterson, surgery this week. Bruce Vuma is back in the team. He last played for Chiefs in a derby back on the 3rd of May, which they lost by 2-1. 3 other changes, with Inacio Miguel back, so Marco is out. McCarthy moves to the left-hand side. Monyani in for Solomons, and up front, Pule Modi is preferred to Ashley Dupree. You'll notice no Vilakazi, no Shabalala on the bench today. There were some reports of indiscipline during the week. So, tactically, William.
4 in the back. It's the middle that maybe the focus will be on. Ball players, good rotation of the ball in that middle of the park, meaning that there will be great chances to slide that ball through to either Da Silva or Lilepo, who will deliver eventually into the center. And it'll be a question of Chislet playing in his second game, in his second starting lineup, to see just how much close can he push to take some of the moments to find himself a goal.
Changes, of course, from the defeat at the hands of Stellenbosch on Tuesday. Orlando Pirates' last game was a Nedbank Cup fixture against Keswick Stars, a 0-0 draw. They lost on penalties. 5 changes there. Sebelebele in for Van Rooyen at right back. Siema partner Sabisi in the central of defence. Chabatsane is onto the bench. Talente Mbata is back from injury, so Nemtanjela drops out of the lineup. Apollos in for Matsvanganyi. And up front, Mbutuma replaces Andre de Jong. All of the 5 players dropped from last Saturday's lineup are on the bench for the Buccaneers today.
quality in that midfield with Makaula holding the fort defensively, but for me the biggest attraction will be into the speed and skill of the two wide players on either channels. But the magic really should come from Mofokeng in the number 10 position, because he's a bit more central. It means he sees the goalpost a little bit more central. He can take shots from there. It's a quality team that can play. But even bigger for me today is the high press that we've seen Pirates being able to produce a bit more.
Abdeslam Wado, his first derby in charge. Big moment for him as well. Coach of the side, former Moroccan international, of course. Lots of experience as a player in the Premier League, but having some real success now in his first full season with the Buccaneers. 2 cup trophies in the house already, the MTN 8 and the Carling Knockout. They're out of the Nedbank Cup, but they're still very much in the league chase. If they win today, of course, even a draw would see them go top of the table ahead of Mamelodi Sundowns, who play tomorrow against Sekhukhune United. Eugene Mbluli is our referee today. This will be his 3rd derby. In fact, the last time there was a league derby between these two teams on the 3rd of May, he was in charge. Alpha Sitoli and Mr. Lalelane Mgadi are the 2 linesmen for today. Very experienced refereeing team for this afternoon's derby clash, and so it should be, of course. Now, Kaizer Chiefs are the home side. This is the first time these two teams are meeting this season. The fixture list did have the anomaly of keeping the derby back well into the 2nd round of the competition, positioning it just after the Cup of Nations, of course, and the match to come in May when Pirates host. Now, a moment of silence. We remember 2 great journalistic giants covering the football world, Joe Latahomo, the founding editor of the Sowetan, and our good friend Emmanuel Maridas, who ran the publication African Soccer. So Osman Apollos back in the lineup, made a good impact coming off the bench against Kazakhstan last Saturday. There's no ways you can keep him out of the lineup. The big talking points from the Pirates' perspective: no Maswangangi in the starting lineup. Nemtangela also dropped to allow Mbata back from injury. Van Rooyen dropped at right back. But I suppose the bigger talking points come in the Kaizer Chiefs lineup. Chislett's playing only his 2nd game. And of course, in goal, Bruce Vuma has not had any action, official action, since the 3rd of May, when they last had a league derby between these two teams. You'll remember he was dropped after that. Brandon Peterson came back for the Nedbank Cup final. That was the last time these two teams met, on the 10th of May in Durban. Chiefs winning that one, ending 5 successive victories for the Buccaneers. What do you make of the Chiefs' changes, William?
It's a little unfortunate, because Peterson should have been a very key factor in seeing Chiefs being able to maybe possibly win this game. But so much has been said about Avuma coming in. I think he can still produce the match, just like Peterson did in that cup, a final in the Nedbank Cup. So it's up to the motivation that he's had, obviously, from the rest of the team and the players. It's important that he gets this early touch just to help settle his nerves.
The ball back to Vuma, who delivers it over the head of Lilepo. Hotto's playing at left back again today for Orlando Pirates. Does have the occasional game these days a little further forward on the left-hand side, but seems to be settled into that position. And a first early challenge. That's Moremi going up alongside Ngobo and coming out on the wrong end, obviously.
A little bit of an outstretched hand from Ngobo, which might have ended up into the face of Moremi.
Clearance away by McCarthy for his first derby, playing at left back. Gets the nod ahead of cross. Here's Mofokeng. He's going to try a shot. Gets a bit of a deflection. And Vuma let that go through. It's gone for a corner.
Trying to work it out. I think Modi was the player that actually was waiting for the ball to come to him and easily anticipated. Good work. I'm not sure if he knew much about it, Miguel. just as well at the end. He had his hands tight into his waist.
So first set piece of the derby will be taken by Mofokeng. Pirates already with plenty of taller players, Sabisi and Mbata in there. Here it comes, Mofokeng curling it towards the near post, and the clearance will offer them the chance for a quick throw-in. Now Hotto with a left foot will deliver. Disappointing ball from him. It's easily cleared by Lebogang Maboe. So they've changed the right back, Orlando Pirates, for today. Van Rooyen perhaps not as impressive as we've seen previously in that game against Kaizer. Didn't make as much traction up and down as maybe Pirates were hoping for. Sibele, a big factor in the early part of the season, then of course had knee surgery. Now back to full fitness. He offers not only, well, I suppose William, he offers perhaps a bit more on the front foot than defensively. That's something that Chiefs might look to exploit. Is he a natural fullback? Now, Batuma. Apollos. There was just a little touch in there from Inglobo. Mofokeng. By the way, this pitch surface here at Soccer City, absolutely gorgeous, perfect for football. This is the standard we saw during the World Cup. Gavin Hunt, whose Stellenbosch team won here on Tuesday, was full of praise yesterday when talking about the derby and how good the pitch is. And it looks as if both of these sides are looking to exploit that excellent surface. Good block from McCarthy, and we'll have a second corner now for the Buccaneers. Early impetus coming from the visitors.
That is what you can expect from Orlando Pirates. They play on the front foot just about every moment, and not just easy, nice, slow build-ups. Very, very quick. When it gets to the attacking third, it gets even higher, and this is what the Chiefs needs to deal with right now. Maybe settle in, just make sure that they weather these early storms of the game.
This time it's Dion Hotto who's been given the responsibility of taking the corner. Moremi, left-footed effort from him. It's a goal. It took a deflection. Orlando Pirates inside the opening 5 minutes. The Buccaneers are in the lead. Moremi will likely be accorded that goal on the basis of the fact that shot didn't look goal-bound, but it took a rather wicked deflection. No chance for Vuma.
Not at all. But also, even better for Orlando Pirates, that they had Moremi free. It was all strategy, it was all planned, but it takes, once again, Chiefs, too much time for any of those defenders lining to defend in the box to come out. Eventually, Ngobo does to try and come out, but only late. And Moremi having taken the shot.
I think we can safely say that shot was on target, and it's through the legs of Flavio, who gives a little bit of a deflection. The perfect start for Abdeslam Wado. Remember, Orlando Pirates equal on points with Mamelodi Sundowns at the head of the Betway Premiership. Both sides have played 17 games. Sundowns will play tomorrow against Sekhukhune. That's no easy game for them. And as things stand now, the Buccaneers looking to go 3 points clear. Not only about winning the derby today, William, it's about keeping the pressure up on Sundowns in the title race.
Very, very important, obviously, in taking all opportunities available to stay on the front foot, because it's not about just beating Chiefs. There's just so much more at stake that they can achieve should they win this game. But what is in store at Kaizer Chiefs? I'm trying to imagine how Vuma is feeling right now. Having had that long time out, you don't want to concede so early. That just dents your confidence in such a big way.
So free kick opportunity, first set piece chance of the afternoon for the home side, Kaizer Chiefs. Ngobo with the left foot, easily dealt with. Mbata got the clearing touch. Maboe is back. Maboe at one stage, of course, in his time with Mamelodi Sundowns, played as a forward. He's got 30 career goals across his period at SuperSport United, at Maritzburg and at Sundowns. Never scored, though, against Orlando Pirates. And if there is to be an occasion, I suppose today is the day for Lebogang Maboe.
Speak about him having played as a forward. He's played as a right foot, whether as a right full back. He's just played about
Mr.
all the
Versatile.
positions. Yeah.
Now Siema, he's back in the team. Chabatsani was in the lineup last Saturday. Left footer along with the right footer, but today Siema is chosen alongside Sabisi. So the live log you would have seen there, 3-point gap between Pirates and Sundowns. Sundowns at home to Sekhukhune tomorrow, 3:30 kickoff, live on your World of Champions, of course. Quinica, Lepo hugging that right-hand touchline. We're so used to seeing him out wide. His shooting today will be key for Amakosi, you would think. That comes off Hotto.
I want to watch just how many times Akazi is just going to be forced to play backwards because of just how congested is that middle, but also alongside that, the press from Orlando Pirates, which I mentioned they've grown in leaps and bounds, but not just the press, an ordinary press.
Now Chislett's giving chase. Could he get in here? It's Siema who's keeping an eye both on the player charging in as well as the ball. He cleared it away. Apollos. Mofokeng, so many options with speed out wide and through the middle. Moreme on the left for the moment. Apollos and Mofokeng a little more central. They can bring Sibele up on the right. And Makau has taken a while to spot Sibele, but he's seen him now. Chance to cut inside. That's a big tackle from McCarthy. They needed a strong challenge there.
Sibele coming from the right full back position. He's bound to be the one that will stretch Kaizer. Remember, there is a wide player alongside McCarthy, but if you bring Sibele also as an additional attacking player, it means now the defense is further stretched, and McCarthy will have a big problem trying to leave his men now, the timing to leave his men to see if he can still get to Sibele in time. It's a good boy by the Pirates.
Well, it's a side, of course, the Buccaneers with incredible options. Arguably the best ever buying spree by any club ahead of a new season that they pulled off before this campaign started. It's towards the back post. Vumas missed it, and that was almost an own goal. I'm not sure Ignacio Miguel knew much about that. He expected his goalkeeper to come out.
Exactly. With the goalkeeper flashing in front of him, he had no chance to be able to redirect his header. That could easily have trickled into the back of the net.
Chiefs have got the jitters at the moment. Here's the corner. Referee's in the way. Clearance was a good one from Miguel, more than making up for that earlier potential indiscretion. Well, Sipho Chain gets a touch of the ball in these early stages.
Explaining just how much Orlando Pirates has been on the ball. Chiefs has hardly visited their attacking phase.
Another good ball from Mbata in the pace of Hotto. Bruma's done well. That'll boost his confidence a little bit. Coming out quickly, reading the situation and clearing it. Hotto, we know how quick he is.
See movements coming from the fullbacks. Earlier on, the delivery was from Sibele, and now it was Hotto who comes from nowhere and pushes himself into an attacking phase.
Whistle sounded. I don't think Flavio has heard it. Now he has. Welcome to the derby, Ethan Chislett. This is only his second game for Kaizer Chiefs. Debut on Tuesday. Obviously lacking a little bit in the way of match fitness. He's certainly will be tested today because the intensity in these derbies just that little bit more than you have week to week. Quinica. Header away from Sibele. Big one again from Apollos. Roofing it forward. Just relying on the pace here. Look at Moremi. Pressure on Quinica. Nobo, Maboe, taken away by Mbata. The Buccaneers dominating.
The press I'm talking about happening just about in all the departments, high, in the middle, and right at the back. That's why Chiefs players have got to be very quick when they pick up the ball from their defense to 10, or even be aware what's happening behind them.
We've also seen William in these early stages, 2 now long passes forward, hoping that a speedy player can get onto that. They're looking perhaps with this long ball to find someone with pace, get the ball behind the Chiefs defense and then outstrip them and set up an opportunity. Mofokeng turns. Konika gets the all-important touch. Pule Mode ahead of Ashley Dupree in the lineup today, and well, look at Coach Wadu, he's fired up. Full of praise there for Sibele-Bele's challenge. Can't be anything nicer, I don't think, than the coach giving you that kind of encouragement from so close. Winika. Zita Konika, of course, at the beginning of the season couldn't get a place in the starting lineup at the back, and now very much the first choice amongst the centre-backs. Taken away by Flavio Silva. Is there a quick response here from Chiefs? There's Chislett. It just got away from him. The pass from Morty, but perhaps a bit strong. Suddenly a little window of opportunity there. Chiefs just reminding Pirates they're not here to be rolled over. They're going to also have their chances. McCarthy, Morty.
You want to see a bit more of a forward movement from Mori when he gets the ball, but he just drops his shoulder as if he's going to go, and then he turns around. For me, you got to be a bit more offensive.
Now Chislett with Morty, runs straight at Sibele-Bele. Referee says take that throw in again, but take it at the right place. Eugene Mdluli in charge today. This is his 3rd derby. He's 2 previous derbies. Pirates won 3-0 in an MTN8 semi-final back in 2019, and he did the derby, the last league meeting between these two teams, when Vuma last played for Chiefs, which Chiefs led, and of course Pirates came back with a winner from Mofokeng. Matuma is onside. Good covering at the back from Monyane, up against his old teammates, of course. Mofokeng, Polis on the edge of the area. Polis again. Mofokeng, they're toying here with Chiefs. Offside against Matuma. The flag was up from Mr. Ngadi. The pass from Mofokeng catching his teammate offside.
Once again, Chris, we can drop that ball before we look into this. Yes, clearly he was already off, but where Chiefs loses the ball, it was on a build-up, and that for me is the biggest part of Chiefs' problems today. Is they can't afford to be losing balls where they can't recover, but it is normal for the defense to be a bit loose after being on the build-up. But that is where Pirates are strongest, because of their quick anticipation and a quick movement to get into the spaces before Chiefs recovers.
Chiefs using this left-hand side with Mordi a lot more than they have the right. Maybe they feel Sibele-Bele is worth testing. Flavio, nice touch. Mordi just muscled out by Sibisi.
Another
Makala, excuse me.
Another moment, ball stripped away from a Chiefs player because of the time they take on the ball without releasing quickest. Just about every part of the field when Chiefs has a ball, the immediate pressure comes from the Orlando Pirates midfielders.
No advantage there, says the referee. It'll be a free kick here for Kaizer Chiefs. We've rapidly passed the first 15 minutes of this game. A little bit of cloud cover overhead as well, giving the fans some relief. It's a nice hot day here. Two sides will meet again in May towards the end of the campaign. Their second meeting. Of course, there won't be any cup meetings this season between the two. Both Chiefs and Pirates out of the Nedbank Cup. Now, foul against Mofokeng. Well, he's still pleading his case. Quinica. Held up by Lilepo. Monyane. You wonder what extra motivation Monyane brings into today's game, having been not offered a new contract by Orlando Pirates at the end of last season. Well, that's Ngobo hitting it against his own man.
Too many back passes. Once again, just to state the point that I made earlier. But just how much pressure is in that middle, which will be forcing Chiefs to every now and then play the ball back.
And a long ball forward here for Modi to give chase to. And once again, Sibele is coming up trumps here at right back, and the coach is out applauding him again. But restricted on that occasion, Chiefs, to the long hoof forward from Mbuma.
Because you have a high line from Orlando Pirates, every now and then it makes sense to spray that ball forward, but just how much speed does Silva have to run behind the defensive line of Orlando Pirates?
Well, same now from the Buccaneers. Here's Mofokeng, first touch a little heavy. Sliding tackle from Inacio Miguel. Mofokeng did well to get out of that one. Outside of the boot for Moremi. Butuma up front. Modi. Oh, it's another superb challenge from Sibele Bele. Chiefs staff don't like it. Chislett stays down, but referee's happy. Referee Mgluli has a reputation for letting the game flow, which is perhaps why they've picked him to take charge of today's game. Good sportsmanship from Pirates in the end to put that out. Chislett's back on his feet. Sibele Bele offers him an apology.
Now, a little bit of a twist of the ankle, the right one, which couldn't have been picked. But also, I think it happens as an after action of the real action. It's just the momentum that carries the defenders Sibele through.
The international component or flair of this derby means that today we have commentary both in Swahili and Portuguese. We've got coaches in charge of both teams from North Africa. We've got players from other African countries on the park: Guinea-Bissau, DR Congo, of course Namibia, our close neighbours. No players from Eswatini, however, William. Explain that.
Well, just recently Swaziland exported 3 to Zimbabwe. The big question, of course, is will that be really beneficial? Zimbabwe football is excellent. They're sending players all over the world. Internationally, that is. So, it's a very good league. Any player that comes to South Africa from Zimbabwe.
So here's just a reminder of that goal. Moremi fired it in. Flavio turned it the one way. Boomer went the other. And Orlando Pirates were in the lead inside 5 minutes. Dream start here in the derby. Butuma. Cut out by McCarthy.
He has to deal with Apolis, and then he has to deal with CBDB. Every now and then Butuma drops a little bit more central or a little bit to the right.
Foul by Makaula on Lilepo.
We haven't even seen Lilepo making one good run like we know him. He can produce. It's that tight. They can't get the long pass to find any runner.
Well, the derby, of course, taking centre stage this weekend in the Betway Premiership. We had 2 wins last night for the Kwani City and Stellenbosch, both picking up vital points in the battle for top 8 places. Still in play here with Flavio. And that's actually a throw-in in favour of Orlando Pirates. Flavio throws his boot on the ground in frustration.
I thought it deflected out from the Orlando Pirates player. That's why he's frustrated, because as he tried to slip it from behind.
That wouldn't be a yellow card offence.
Definitely. Lucky that...
I think the ref just took it.
No, he wasn't watching. He was looking the other way.
I thought he just decided, let's not inflame the situation.
Definitely a bookable offence.
Now Sibisi. The Tuna set off on the run early. Here is Sibilibili on this right-hand side. Mordi tracking him. Support behind from Apollos. Bata. Chislett gives it away, and Bata looks to fire on the left foot this time. Now there's an opportunity here for the 1-2. Moremi and Batuma. And Bata. Still in Bata. Sibisi.
I don't want to say this, but I can't seem to want to hold it back. If I may say it outright, the quality of the Orlando Pirates players in that field of play, technically, that is a lot higher than that of Chiefs. Chiefs can't hold on to the ball long. They're missing passes. The success of Orlando Pirates passes into offensive half is a little bit higher than that of Chiefs, and that's why Chiefs gets caught every now and then on the ball, because they can't get rid of it quicker.
Modi's got a bit of space here on the left. Let's see what he can do. Straight into Sibele Bele, who just
that's what I'm talking about.
Brushes him off Okeng. Apollos. Now a bit of space. Modi tracking back. Put a good effort in there, Modi, to try and make up.
In fact, something that has improved is now Modi is dropping, because McCarthy was getting caught between 2 men, having to spread so wide, and he was late always to try and stop CBDB. So Modi, I think, has been advised to drop a little bit more in support of McCarthy, because it was a big opening here.
Orlando Pirates lead in the derby. Foul against Ignacio Miguel. All over Oswin Apollos here. I would suggest that you put your knee on the opponent's shoulder. It's a foul.
But not. You know what? If there's something that did do very well, he actually twisted away, avoiding that knee landing into the back of Apollos, which maybe to some extent he felt outdone. He actually tried by all means. Had that knee gone into the back of Apollos, Apollos would still be down there right now.
Now Hotto, little chip, looking for Mofokeng. Out comes Vuma.
Can he play it to anybody? Nobody. Everyone is hiding or too far back to create any opening for Vuma to play that ball forward.
Now Lilepo, he got the early goal the last time these two teams were in action here at Soccer City. It's the other way around today. Remember, the last derby between these two sides, the Nedbank Cup final on the 10th of May, was played at Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban.
Change the story. CBC. We've hardly seen him. That means the pressure is on the other side. He's only just providing a bit of cover. Even between him and Siema, they're at peace right now.
Little back heel from Ngcobo, taken away. Now Mofokeng spread it wide. Is Apollos onside? The answer is yes. The flag has stayed down. Teasing his way past McCarthy, square ball. There was a little touch in there, Ngcobo in fact, and it snatched out of the air by Vuma. No way to go. Now McCarthy. Ngcobo, of course, with the left foot. Touch on from McCarthy.
Can't build up. Pirates are just too sharp. Anticipation speed, reaction speed. They're ahead.
Well, it might be after today that we've got a clear fight between, or let's put it this way, it might be after the weekend, depending on how Sekhukhune do against Sundowns. It could be that we'll have a clear fight between the two clubs if Sundowns win tomorrow and if Chiefs can hold, Pirates can hold on to the lead here. Long way to go though. Maybe something worth discussing Sunday night when all the football's done.
But right now, I'm sure what we can say is Chiefs cannot afford to concede a second goal. At least as long as it stays like this, there's always a chance later on that they can steal a goal or maybe come up with a point.
Good turn from Chislett, looking to get Flavio Silva going. Siema is the defender. That's against Flavio, so that should be a Pirates throw-in. Siema is another one. William playing a first derby as young centre-back joining from TS Galaxies, made such an impression from the start of this season. If you look at last year's Nedbank Cup final, 4 players in the lineup today featured for Chiefs in their winning side. Konika, Ignacio Miguel at the back, Mordi played and Lilepo played. Just 4 survivors, 6 survivors from the losing Pirates side include Cheney, Super Chain rather, Hotto, Sidisi, Mbata, Makaula and Mofokeng. This shows you how quickly things change. McCarthy pushing forward, looking to get the long throw in there.
Set pieces, of course, one other very important way to create a scoring chance. If
early ball from McCarthy, no challenge there on the Pirates keeper. And now Makaula, the oldest man on the park, steaming forward, setting the example. Boremi almost steals that back. Leaving Chislett on the ground again. He's really been in the walls. A little tug there from Mofokeng, who's going to get a yellow card.
The demands of the number 10 position. You got to chase back. You got to be able to be close to where the action is, particularly when there's a loss of ball possession in that sense.
Maybe a bit of an experience there as well from Mofokeng. Tug it, let it go, because you have stalled him a little bit. You don't need to use it as a parachute. Might want to tell him that, William. The dark arts.
Let go at the right time.
I hope the ref might have missed it. Chislett will take the free kick. Chiefs get numbers forward. Looking for a flick on. McCarthy's shot. Konika, header in from Lilepo. There's Mordi beaten in the air by Siema.
allowing the ball to bounce on Modi. Giving the defender a chance to come from so far.
Free kick is in favour of Kaizer Chiefs. The initial challenge by Sibelibele. My boy was the victim. Fabio Silva is lucky the whistle had gone already. We've got 3 other games later tonight. Golden Arrows hosting Chippa United at 6 o'clock. Siwalele against TS Galaxy in Bloemfontein. 6 o'clock. Auburn College at 8:15. Chainer, what's he done there? Saved by Hotto. That's a rare mistake.
Indeed. Lack of anticipation from the Kaizer Chiefs players. That ball coming out of China's hands. Great opportunity to tap in. Could have been easy.
Mbata. Now Kwinika. Well, there was a touch of good fortune about Orlando Pirates' goal, so Kaizer Chiefs could do with a little bit of luck as well. Might well have fallen their way here. This was the in-swinging ball, and for Sipo Chain, that's unusual.
Very difficult one because it's dropping right in front of you, and you want to get there before it bounces off, because you don't know how it's going to react once the bounce comes.
Remember, Orlando Pirates have the best defence in the Betway Premiership. 7 goals conceded in 17 matches. Sundowns on 8 in 17. Kaizer Chiefs now with 9. This is their, after 16, this is their 17th of the season. Pirates, of course, playing their 18th game of the campaign at the moment. Here's Moremi turning the defender, streaking past. Wow. He made that look so easy.
No immediate cover. Once he turns there, Miguel obviously has got a man. He's worried about Mbutuma, so it's difficult for him to let go, and eventually does, which I think was good enough to deflect the ball from coming straight to Mbutuma.
So another corner for Orlando Pirates. 5-0 now is the corner count between these two sides. Also reflective of how this game has gone.
How's Chiefs' position? Should that ball just spread a little bit back, like the first goal that they conceded? There was no immediate cover. I think Chislet will do the trick right now.
The kind of position you want Mbata in, just hanging on the edge of the area. With his penchant for shooting from outside the area. Apollos to take it this time, playing it short to Mofokeng. Here's Apollos again, early ball inside.
Throw them out, hold it as long as you can, so that defense line can move high, so that there'll be a chance for a long pass.
Ten minutes to the break here in the derby. Both sides, of course, now fully focused on their league position, hoping to end in the top 3, of course, earn themselves a place in African club competition in the next campaign. Top 2 teams in the Betway Premiership go to the Champions League, the 3rd placed finisher to the Confeds Cup. Mordi was caught there by Mbata. Might be lucky to escape with a yellow. Mr. Ndluli having a word here. He's come across to Mbata. That's surely a last warning.
If I were Mbata, I'll just keep quiet. Because that bordered so much around the bookable offense.
Now Chislett. Mordi. Return ball for Chislett. Beaten for pace by Siema. Once again looking for the long throw from Aidan McCarthy. Maboe battling away with Makaula. And the foul goes in favour of Orlando Pirates, much to the disgust of Chiefs and their fans.
They're not having the rub of the green.
No.
That didn't look like much to me.
You can understand his frustration. 31-year-old now, Lebogang Maboe. Chance this season to resurrect what has been a very good career. Stymied a little bit by injury, particularly in latter years at Mamelodi Sundowns. Poor clearance. Konika is still recovering from the shock of being skinned so easily by Moremi. Flavio Silva nods it infield. Lebogang Maboe battling away. Oh, excellent stuff from Subeli Bele. And Apollos looking for the second. He's got it. Flag stays down. The Buccaneers double the lead.
I can tell you, Jason, I don't know if you say we're lucky there's no VAR, or whether it's unlucky there's no VAR, but I think
it was offside. I think I might agree with your suspicion there.
Ngadi, I think, was a little bit behind the action that he couldn't quite pick up. I'm just saying that was my first observation, but obviously we'll have all the time in the world to be able to dissect it. I could be wrong, but this is what happens when you get given an opportunity like that. You make use of it. That's the difference with what Apollos did there. Quality, very composed in front of goal.
Now have a look. Is he behind? There's the ball through. No, he looks onside. He's put onside by McCarthy.
Possibly, yes. Yes.
Tight call. Excellent finish from Osman Apollos.
Quality, top quality. Looks at the goalkeeper. He picks the spot. It's cadence down.
2-0 now. Orlando Pirates firmly in command. They come into this game having had a long unbeaten streak ended by Mamelodi Sundowns in the league some 10 days ago, and then of course knocked out of the cup by second-tier opponents, Kaizer Stars. They have bounced back with some aplomb here in the first half. 2-0, the Buccaneers lead. Moremi and Apollos. Chislett now for Chiefs with Mordi.
It is in such a situation that you start thinking to yourself, what are the chances that Chiefs can bounce back? With the lack of chances created, I don't see it.
There's been that one opportunity, half chance, where Sipho Chain didn't collect comfortably. Now, maybe an opportunity. Ball inside from Lelepo, and it was Makaula who got there first. Flavio Silva is brought down. No, penalty, says Mgadi. Excuse me, referee Mbluli. Play on. Forward by Mofokeng to Apollos. Mofokeng again, now Makaula. Not enough power there to test Vuma. What did you think about the challenge? Let's see.
I was looking at the referee's reaction. I thought he was actually picking up his hand to point.
Let's have another look. Makaula, did he get a touch just before, or was it Dion Hotto? Did he catch Flavio Silva? Should that have been a penalty or not? That's going to be a big debate, I think. Potential opportunity for Chiefs to get back into the game, not given by referee Eugene Mbluli.
Others will say could have been a soft penalty, but the referee will tell you there is no soft penalty. It's either a penalty or not. There was some form of contact. He had gotten the ball away, and then just how much contact was there to bring him down is the big question for me.
Three minutes to half-time. Chislett for Kaizer Chiefs with Nglobo.
That's another steal.
Batuma. Look at Moremi on the charge. He's only got Quinika to beat. Moremi, not for the first time in the last 7 days, a little bit poor with the shooting. He has got a goal to his name already in this match. But as we saw against Kazakh Stars, every now and then a little bit of a wild effort that comes at the end of some incredible speed. Well, what's the answer for Kaizer Chiefs? It's close to half-time now, where they can make some changes, and both in personnel and strategy. What would they be thinking, William? What can they do? Is there anything they can do?
There's always something that can be done, Christian. Obviously looking into the bench to see who can come in. There's Serino, there's Duba, there's Dupree. And that is I'm talking offensively now, because for me, if you're looking to change or transform this game in your favor, you got to look at just how you're going to go about into the attack. For me,
what about a Thabo Pele in the midfield? Just I know he's not 100% match fit. He's only coming back from injury, but maybe a player just to get a foot on the ball and dictate the pace a little bit, or try and dictate it. A minute to the end of the 45, and we hear from touch side an extra 2 to be added on. They're enjoying themselves out there, Orlando Pirates.
2-0 is a good margin to go into the half leading with.
Makaula. Batuma giving chase. Flags up for offside. That wouldn't have counted. Well, we don't want to preempt anything, William, but if you go back to 1970, there were 10 goals in the derby. Chiefs 4, Pirates 6. Pirates 3, Chiefs 7. Those were the days for entertainment. Although, to be fair to these modern players, they are turning it on for this big crowd here at Soccer City. I'm not too sure there are many Chiefs fans enjoying what they're seeing at the moment.
Be reminded in 1992 as well. Orlando Pirates were 2-0 in the lead in that Coca-Cola quarterfinal. And Chiefs bounced back in the second half to take it into extra time.
I think the biggest lopsided margin we've had in the last 3 decades. 1990, remember Jerry Skosana scored a hat-trick. 5-1, Pirates won on that occasion. Now Siema, chance for Chiefs, have taken possession away, my boy. Novo. Onyani, Modi, Chislett. Cuts inside, looks to get the early ball in, but Sibisi deals with it comfortably. Batuma, here's Mofokeng. Batuma, and now the pace of Moremi. They come out of the starting blocks like they're running the Olympic relay. Missed at the back by McCarthy. He's lucky Apollos.
Best touch.
Yeah,
lets him down.
Wasn't aware of the potential there. But how quickly they move upfield here, Orlando Pirates.
And all these movements, quick movement, comes from the Chiefs' loss of ball possession, which is my biggest fear. As long as they keep giving that ball away in those type of positions, it's very difficult to recover and defend that well.
Half-time whistle's gone, so there'll be plenty of talk, you would think, in the Kaizer Chiefs change room in particular. It'll be interesting to see what possible changes are in the offing for the second half. If you're Orlando Pirates, William, I presume you change nothing.
It's all working according to plan. If anything, as a coach, you're trying to emphasize to keep going, but even more, maybe see important parts of the game whereby you can actually increase the tempo. Because right now, Chiefs are all the way down there. All you need to do is just keep bearing them over.
Osman Apollos with the second goal. Tsepang Moremi got the opener within 5 minutes of the start of this game. And Orlando Pirates walking off the field with a spring in their step, and understandably so too. They lead here by 2-0.
Yes, get